What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. And oh my god, for a moment I thought that WWE Super ShowDown was gonna be like Crown Jewel or WWE Super ShowDown that was in Australia last year. But this actually didn't indeed exceed WrestleMania. So it was absolutely incredible. And here are the results from it. Kicking it off with the kickoff show, the Usos defeated the Revival with dual super kicks to pick up the victory. Now, obviously, we all know this rivalry has been going on for months, ever since the Usos, went over to Raw as part of the Superstar Shakeup, pulling pranks on the Revival. Usos pulled it off, so mad props to the Usos. Next up, the WWE Universal Title. Seth Rollins rolls up Baron Corbin to win and retain the Universal Title after the referee, in Baron Corbin's mind, distracted Corbin, but really, the referee was just doing his job, telling Corbin that he was the referee. That's all it was. And then of course Seth Rollins evaded Brock Lesnar after Paul Heyman kind of fucked up a bit. Basically, Paul Heyman got into the ring. He tripped, dropped the briefcase. That gave Seth Rollins the opportunity to get a little payback from what Lesnar did to Seth Rollins this past Monday on Raw. Still Universal Champion Seth Rollins, but still Mr. Money in the Bank is Brock Lesnar. Next up, the Intercontinental title, as the Demon Finn Balor hits Andrade with the coup de grace to retain the Intercontinental title. This was a hard-fought matchup for Andrade, and I have to admit, this was absolutely incredible. This was by far one of Andrade's best matches, and I have no doubt in my mind he'll become a great champion one day in the future. Next up, Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon. Well, with the help of Drew McIntyre hitting Roman Reigns with the Claymore, Shane McMahon picks up the victory. And we also know that McIntyre will face Roman Reigns at Stomping Grounds. And obviously we know we are never going to hear the end of this for a long, long time. Next up, we have a 3-on-1 handicap match, Lars Sullivan versus the Lucha House Party. It ended in a disqualification after I think I believe it was So Grand Metalik and Kalisto had just attacked Lars Sullivan to the point where the referee had no choice but to call for a disqualification, and Lars Sullivan, at the end of it all, attacked all three members of the Lucha House Party and walked out with his hand held high. Next up, we have, honestly, this was something that I did not think it was ever going to happen, but for the first time in nearly a decade, the Viper Randy Orton went one-on-one with the Game Triple H. This was an amazing matchup. I'm in shock and awe with this match, but in the end, Randy Orton hit Triple H with an RKO from out of nowhere to pick up the pinfall victory. This was actually a big opportunity for Randy Orton, because this could really excel him to Hall of Fame status, even though he's already there. But still, big victory for Randy Orton. Next up, we got Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley. It was a battle of attrition. It was a battle of attrition, but Braun Strowman defeated Bobby Lashley with not one, not two, but 3 running power slams to pick up the victory. Congrats to Braun Strowman. Next up, we got Kofi Kingston against Dolph Ziggler for the WWE title. I'm just gonna take you back to the closing moments of this match. It was absolutely incredible. It was it was one of those WWE title matches I did not think it would ever end. I did not want the match to end, but Dolph Ziggler hit Xavier Woods with a super kick, which pretty much, in which the referee was distracted of sorts with Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods hit Dolph Ziggler with an enziguri, allowing Kofi Kingston to hit Trouble in Paradise on Ziggler to retain the WWE title. And now we know Kofi Kingston will defend the title against Ziggler again, but this time in a steel cage at Stomping Ground. So next up, we have the largest battle royal of all time, 50 men in one ring. I don't even know how the hell that was able to come about, but there was superstars and tag teams like the Usos, the Revival, AOP. I think was Razor or Akam. I think it was Akam. Or yeah, Akam returning from a knee injury at being away for like I think for like 6 months. I think like almost 6 months out with an injury. You had Heavy Machinery, you had the Viking Raiders, you had Elias, you had Titus O'Neil, which we all thought it was gonna happen again. Titus World Slide did not come about. He did not slip and fall. All was okay. Which honestly, I was hoping for it. We had Cesaro, Ricochet, Ali, Samoa Joe, so many superstars. But in the end, the NXT upstart Mansoor, truth be told, the only NXT upstart in the match, if I recall, eliminated Elias to win the 50-man battle royal. And I want to point out as well that Mansoor was actually born and raised in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, which I believe is like about I don't know how far it is from Jeddah. I'd probably say about 20 miles. I'm not so sure. I've never been to Saudi Arabia before, so I wouldn't know. But Mansoor in his home country pulled it off. I have no doubt in my mind that Mansoor is going to go to high places, especially in NXT. So mad props to Mansoor. And then of course the main event, first time ever, the Monday Night Wars once again have returned as The Undertaker battled Goldberg. Now the last time we had something like this, it was at WrestleMania 31, Triple H versus Sting. And that night, WWE prevailed over WCW. This time, history repeats itself as The Undertaker actually defeated Goldberg with a chokeslam. He could not pin him with the tombstone because Goldberg kicked out. And he was bleeding. Goldberg was bleeding. Goldberg had hit his head onto the turnbuckle, or actually what it appeared to be the bar that connects the ropes and the turnbuckle to the post. Hit his head on there, or possibly the post itself, and he started bleeding. His whole face was bleeding. But in the end, again, Undertaker hits Goldberg with a vicious chokeslam to pick up the pinfall victory. Honestly, this was absolutely an amazing night, an amazing event. The only thing that I will take away from the whole thing was the Shane McMahon Roman Reigns match. That match should have ended with Shane McMahon pinning Roman Reigns on his own without McIntyre backing him up. But overall, it was an amazing night. I'm gonna give this 4.5 stars. And with that being said, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy. If you did, smash the thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. Helps the channel a lot. It actually supports the channel with all the problems that YouTube is having. Twitter, Instagram, links to my socials will be in the description below. And yeah, wow, I'm still in shock about this. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.